Hey, do you want to automate your business workflows? If yes, then this lesson is going to be one of the biggest lesson of this module. So are you excited? I'm really excited for it. So in this lesson, we are going to cover one of the best add-on Google has provided, which is called Form Approvals. Now, Form Approvals is an add-on which is given on Google Workspace Marketplace, where you go for it, you search it here, and you will get it. Once you open it, here you'll see this is an add-on which turn Google Forms into interactive workflows. Yes, you heard it right. Okay. Now, here let's see what it says. Now, this is designed for use within the organization of all sizes. Either you're a very small team or you are a big organization, it will work for all. And this help you to automate any process that needs approvals. For example, purchase approval or leave management approval or reimbursement approval, right? Now, within minutes, you'll be able to create a form to capture information which requires approval. You will be able to assign the approvers, and not only one level, you can go for multiple level of approvals. You should be able to create multi-level workflow. You should be able to create the conditions that if certain conditions met, then only it should go to some person, right? Then this is something which will take your knowledge in terms of Google Form to the next level. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead, install it right away. Okay, awesome. Now, for to help me explain you this, what I've done, I have created a Google form. Okay, what I've done, I've created a Google form called purchase approval, where we have name. The person who is requesting to buy the product will, fill this form. For example, if I'm working in a company and I want to buy maybe the power backup, or I want to buy a mouse or keyboard, right? So I'll fill my name, which product I want to buy, what is the estimated value that I have in my mind for which I want to buy. Maybe I want to buy it from Amazon, but I need approval from the accounts so that when I buy, I show the slip and I can get my money reimbursed. I'm buying on the company behalf. And that's where we have the supervisor. I'll have to choose which person is my supervisor and which department I am from. Okay. So let's automate this purchase process. So once you have installed this, you will see it will come onto your add-ons. You click on this, and that's where when you open it, it will open the same. Okay. Now here you see it has got these options, recipients and settings. And the kind of automation that this add-on will give you, once you go through it, you'll see that companies are spending lakhs of rupees on building the approval based softwares, which this add-on is going to fulfill for you. So get excited and have full focus. Okay. Now here you see the first option is so first is section is called recipient. Okay, so once I fill the form to make a request to buy a product, right, that request will go to somebody, and that somebody is a recipient. So either I can add static recipient or I can add dynamic recipient. Got it? So first thing which I'll do, I'll start with dynamic recipient. Okay, because we want to make it dynamic based on the department that I choose. It should choose on which person that request will go to. Now here, when I go for this dynamic one, it says select a question. So either I need to choose the department, or so which question I am going to select here. Choose your department, choose your supervisor, name, requester's email address, value of the purchase. So here I'll go for choose your supervisor. Okay, and this is where this is the first question that we have here, that I'll choose which is my supervisor, my immediate manager. Okay, and what we want here is that when I make a request, I want to buy a mouse, this is the value, I choose my supervisor. Now that request will go to supervisor as a request of purchase. If supervisor reject that particular request, then it will not go to the next level. Okay, and the employee will be notified that your request has been rejected, and then we will see if it is rejected. Can the requester make the request again by changing some things? But if the supervisor accepts it, then what we want that request to go to the manager of the employee, not the supervisor, but the above, one level above, which is manager. Okay, but here I have one more catch. So let's go for the manager first here. So here you see we have the email address of the supervisor. We know that, okay, once you choose this, that request will go to this email or this email. But we do not have the email address of the manager. But what we're capturing here is the departments, right? So if the person is from HR, so it will go to the HR manager only if the supervisor approves it. If the person chooses sales department, it will go to the sales manager to approve it only if the supervisor approves it. But here's the catch. The catch is if the value of the product is greater than 1000, then after supervisor approves it, I do not want this request to go to the manager of the department. I want this request to go to the head of the department, HOD. Okay, but if the value is less than 1000, then the request will go to the manager, right? So we have complicated this process, and we'll see on how this add-on will automate it. So just to revise it, this employee is going to make a request. This employee is going to write the product, the value. We'll choose the supervisor, right? And then we'll choose the department. If supervisor will approve it, then it will go to the department, and that also based on if the value is less than 1000, then it will go to the manager or the department. Otherwise, it will go to the head of the department. But if supervisor rejects it, then guess what? It will be rejected. Okay. So second question which I want to add here is choose your department, because based on the department it will go to the manager, and only if the supervisor has approved it. Now here you see the supervisor had the email address, but department does not have the email address. So for that, what we'll do, we will click on this option, and here you see a beautiful option coming which is called recipient lookup table. Yes, although we have the department names, but we want to actually connect this with the manager's email address, and for that we will click on this, and here it is an option of add lookup table. Right now here you see this particular sheet. This is the sheet which is actually the sheet where we have connected our Google form. Okay, so you see responses, and in the responses the sheet is purchase approval, right? And that's this sheet is also here. So what this add-on has done, that when we are actually clicking on a recipient lookup table, okay, it is actually giving us the link of the Google sheet which is actually capturing the response of it, right? And in this Google sheet, what I had done, while this is a sheet where we are capturing the response, I had created another sheet, okay, called departments, where I wrote the department names: HR, sales, operation, marketing, and I made sure that I do not make a spelling mistake. The departments which are here, okay, should be the exact ones here as well. And here I created a column called manager, where I wrote the email address of the managers of these departments. Okay, and here I created another column called department head, like it's the highest level, like vice president. And here I am writing the email address of the head of the department. I've not written all because I just want to give an example here. And we'll take the scenario for the sales department, where we'll have both the scenarios for manager for less than 1000 cost and for the head of department. Okay, so I have created the data set here. Now here's, you see, here I want to use this particular question which is called choose a department. Here I want to connect the manager's email address with this add-on. So I click on lookup table, and it is giving me this link. That's where it is actually by default giving me this sheet called departments. You see, this is the department sheet, and that's where it is giving me the option of column B or column C or column D or any of the columns. Okay, So why not column A? Because it knows that column A, we have taken these departments and the answer will be in column B or C. So we will choose column B here because in the column B, I have got the email address of the managers. So once the supervisor will approve, automatically this add-on will see which department I have chosen, and accordingly it will look up in this table that okay, if HR, then it will go to this. If I have chosen sales, it will go to this manager for approving or rejecting my request. So department and column B, and I've clicked on save here. Let it say get saved. Now here's another catch. What I want to create a logic that if the product price is less than 1000, then only this particular recipient should get the request. But if it is equal to or above 1000, then it should go to the head of department. So let it get saved here. Okay, you see it has been saved here, right? Okay, now here I want to add another logic because so first of all, what I want is whenever the employee make a request, it should go to supervisor and then department. So here what we are adding the dynamic recipients, but there is no sequence in the same that firstly it will go to one, then go to the second person, and go to the third. And for that, we have another option here, third one, which is called set receiving order, in which order the people will receive it. So I'll click on this, and what it has done, it has by default made the supervisor the first one and other one as the second one. So what I can do, I can actually drag it, or I can change this position, but make sure that in the starting create the dynamic recipient accordingly, and then you click on this and it will be the order here. So let me create a logic here. And here we have lookup table, but alongside with that, another option it has is called recipient logic. So I'm clicking on it, and this will blow your mind. And you're like, what? You have automation in Google Form like till this level? Yes. So here you have a look. It says, I'm loving it. Recipient logic, it says route to this recipient if either all or any of the following conditions match. Okay. So here I can add multiple conditions, but here I'll just add one condition, and that is that value of the purchase if it is less than, if it is less than 1000. Okay, if it is less than 1000, then only the manager should get the request, and it has been saved here again. Now what are we waiting for? Let me add another department here, and that is again going to be choosing the department, because if the value is more than 1000, then I want this request to go to the department head HOD. So what I'll do here, I'll just, so here you can see I've added another addition here and added department, and this is where I shall be again clicking on a recipient lookup table, add lookup table, and this time instead of column B, I would like to use column C. And the reason is because this time I would like to focus on department heads, and in this case again the logic will be that it should be for the product price greater than or equal to 1000. So it has been successfully saved, and I'll click on this recipient logic again here as well, because for manager we have created a logic here, right, for price less than 1000, and it will go to the column B for manager for email, uh, for them to become a recipient and approve or reject the request. But for the HOD, we'll again click on the logic, and here I'll go for value of the price, and now it should be greater than or equal to 1000, right? So in this case, it will go to the column C, and the department head will now get the email. Now, after manager approves it or department head approves it, depending upon less than 1000 or greater than equal to 1000, after that, what happens? After that, what I want is accounts team should get an email with for taking things further, for creating a purchase order, or for helping the employee purchase the product. So the fourth thing that which I want to add in this order is, now this was dynamic, where the system will check based on whatever the employee has chosen on what to choose, based on the logic, based on the value. It figures out on how to go further. But this is where you add the static recipients. For example, the last person is going to be, I'll just add dummy email here. For example, last email is going to be of accounts. Okay. And for example, if this is an accounts email address, and here I want the accounts to uh, actually receive the final email, and then proceed further with creating a purchase order or helping it. So what I'll do, here you have an option of other recipient, and here you see the recipient's role. Although if you see other options that we have taken for the uh, dynamic, that option was not coming. Here we have the option of this recipient, do we need to approve? No. Sign? No. Recommend? No. So we have all these options. The person can approve or sign or recommend or acknowledge or action or edit. Here what we will choose is the person receives a copy, and here we can add a message as well. Hi, if you receive this, it means it has been approved from all the officers. Okay, so it means it will go to the accounts, right? If you're receiving this, it means everybody has approved it. And here it clicks on save. Got it? And this is where we have, few more options. Notify when recipients, when it's completed. Notify recipients when it ends early. Allow the requester to amend the recipients and reevaluate workflow. Remove duplicate recipients, right? All those options are here. So we see we have created this, we have finalized this. Now it is time for us to see its magic. It's magic. Let's check out. Okay, I'm really excited for this. Let's check it out. Now here, first of all, what I want is, whenever I choose the email, so Kewal is looking for buying a product. Okay, and the product is mouse, and mouse is of 950 rupees. And okay, I've chosen that this is my supervisor and this is my department. Okay, I have requested it right now, and the request has gone. Now let's see where the request has gone. Okay, so let me see on what was the supervisor I had chosen. The supervisor that I had chosen was design email, right? Let me open this. Okay, you see this is the design email, right? This is the user, and guess what? We have got awesome form approval email. It says request one for your review. Okay, now this is the magic here. It says you have been requested to review the following. Okay, the employee name is Kewal. He wants to buy mouse, value this, and supervisor is this one who is receiving this email. Department is sales. Do we go ahead, either approve it or decline it or comment it, right? You think that design will approve it? No, let's assume that design has declined it. Khatam, finish. Okay. Uh, so here it says, thank you for response. It has been recorded and it has been declined. Okay. Now, see here, the person who had actually made a request, the first email that when I made a request was that it has been confirmed that it has been forwarded, but now I have got this request has been declined. So I'm receiving this email as the as an employee. Okay, the request has been declined. To reinitiate, you may edit the response. Okay, it is giving me the option of editing the response as well. And yeah, this was the details. Now for you to make it happen, what do you need to do? You need to actually go to the Google form, you need to go to the settings, and that's where you need to allow response editing, right? If this is not on, then employee will not be able to edit the form. So we have made it editable. Now employee can actually edit it. So I want to edit my original response so that I can reinitiate. Maybe the design, the person, my supervisor rejected because the supervisor found this mouse to be really expensive. So, okay, I understand. Let me buy a cheaper option. I'll reduce my budget to 800 rupees. Now, let me try it out. And now let's see whether my supervisor approves it or not. And supervisor is just doing his work, and while doing the work, supervisor gets another quick email. It will just come here. Yes, it got another email, and it says you have been requested to review the following. Okay, okay, same employee, same product, but the okay price is 800. uh, okay, let me either comment, or so if I comment, it will go to the employee to see on what is my comment, and then the employee can take it forward. But here I'll click and I'll approve it. Okay, it has been approved. Now it says that it has been approved, and now based on the logic, the price was less than 800. Now it has gone to either the manager or HOD. So let's see, it's accounts. Yes, it's the manager. You see here, account email address for sales division, right? It does not go to the HOD because of all the reasons, because the product price was less than 1000. Now let me open the accounts email. Okay, and here you see accounts email is here, and it says you have been requested to review this. The employee wants to buy mouse of this price, and here accounts, the manager can actually see on what's going on. You can see the approval history. It has been approved by the supervisor of the employee, and now either he can approve it or he can reject it. And manager opened the heart and bola jao kharid lo mouse. And guess what happened here? Manager has approved it, and then the copy is also sent to copy has also has been sent to the accounts department, right? So let me just quickly open the accounts department here, and this accounts department, it says if you receive this means it has been approved from all the officers. Okay, and now accounts department actually gets the data and starts working on either creating a quotation or googling it on Amazon to buy 800 rupees mouse to Kewal, or just communicate with the employee that okay, we have received a request, it has been approved, now tell us which brand you want to buy, we will buy on your behalf, or just submit your invoice and we will reimburse on your account, right? Whatever that can be. Now let me open the email address of the employee as well, and it says that the request has been completed. Employees dancing like, yes, I got my dream mouse, right? And the company is so great, it has approved it. So I hope you're clear with on how all it happened. But now I want to do something else. I want to try another scenario here. I want to now request it once again, and this time I want to buy a keyboard, which will not be cheap, it will be expensive. And the same supervisor goes to department, and I click on this. Okay, so it will quickly go to the design, my supervisor, the supervisor will approve it, and then you will see after that it will go to the HOD. You have been requested to review this. Kewal wants to buy a keyboard worth 1500. You can approve it, decline it, comment it. Let's get it approved. Now after this, you see it has gone to Kewal, Kishan and Zillion. Let's see, is it manager or is it the HOD? So here it's department head. Okay, so it has now gone to the department head because the price was higher than 1000, right? And now the department head has gone the email that yes, this employee want to buy a keyboard, 1500 rupees in progress, and he's also approved it. and after that it has gone to the accounts department as well for it, right? So what did you see right now is so revolutionary. You can create any workflow in it, and guess what, you do not need to spend lakhs of rupees like other companies, big companies, who spend on building systems like this. You do not need to worry on doing things manually. All your workflow now can be automated using this amazing add-on called form approval. Tell me in the comment box, how did you find this lesson? Just put a hard hand on your heart and tell me, how are you feeling right now? Right? Make sure you complete this lesson, you practice this, and you put in the comment box on completed. But before that, tell me on how did you find this lesson? Okay. I'm sure you loved it. Now we'll go to the next lesson and let me wrap up this lesson. I hope you enjoyed this. Keep learning, keep automating, and keep growing. Take care. Kewal signing off.